Hey everybody, I'm going to be talking about every single song that's a single release that I want to talk about for this. So this is pretty much every track they released around the Friday period. So we'll start off with NewDad, Pretty, coming on the upcoming album Alter, coming out in September. It's fine. I feel like with the EP, the two tracks they put on there, and Rubosh, they have a lot more of what I like to see in NewDad. This kind of feels like a standard run-of-the-mill song of theirs. Not bad, just not anything that's great to be honest. So I say it's okay. AVRALIZE released Medicine. AVRALIZE is a band that I was going to see live support Unprocessed had I actually bought the tickets and not forgot. Then it sold out, so I was a bit gutted in that. But yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed their debut. Freaks was amazing, good album, and I'll be honest, this kind of feels like this album is going to be a step up. Wanderlust was an amazing single. Really liked Helium as well for the kind of silliness, and then Medicine brings even more silly and zaniness to it. Kind of feels like they're definitely experimenting and pretty much leaving their comfort zone. They're just going all out with a fun time here, and I like it. It's a good song. Trivium dropped Bury Me With My Screams. This is coming on an upcoming EP of Trivium. Funny enough how Bullet for My Valentine wanted to cancel the tour with Trivium they were doing to make new music, and it ended up that Trivium's actually been releasing the music first, so I think Trivium kind of beat them to the punch there, and they're actually working on an album as well. I think just the cancellation kind of caused this issue to happen. Where do I start with this song? I think it's fantastic. The instrumentation is generally just top-notch Trivium. It's a heavy song. It's got some absolutely amazing verses, some great riffs. Love the vocal energy. Just think the chorus is a little weak for the song, but I think as a whole this is an amazing track. I do like this one a lot. It's good. Kid Kapichi dropped Stainless Steel. I'm assuming this is a lead single for an upcoming Kid Kapichi album. Their album last year, I love it. It's probably my favourite of the Kid Kapichi releases. I just love the silliness in it, and just kind of a, the kind of more like poppy punk, not pop punk, but the kind of more traditional softer punk sounds they've been going for is quite nice. They got some tongue-in-cheek humour here, but in Stainless Steel, I'm not really feeling this one as much. It goes for a kind of moodier, softer tone than what we're used to, and I don't think that's too bad. I just don't think it really goes anywhere that interesting, and kind of becomes an underwhelming track, so it's okay. Wolf Alice, White Horses, I did not like this one. I think problem with Wolf Alice with these new tracks, I'm just not really vibing with the direction it's going. The last album was actually quite enjoyable. I liked it. Had some great songs like Smile, which are definitely one of my favourite Wolf Alice songs ever, but I'm not really vibing with these. I think White Horse is probably the worst sounding one out of the three as well. Feels like a very cookie cutter, just basic song from Wolf Alice. I don't really have much to say. I just don't think it does anything impressive. Kind of bad, to be honest. AFI, Behind the Clock, is very different. So Bodies was quite a shift in AFI's sound, but this is a band that used to be pop punk, post-hardcore, have some like kind of hard rock songs that have a lot of unclean vocals, or some of them would definitely use uncleans. Kind of the charm I liked with AFI, but I don't think I would have anticipated that the same band that released tracks like Miss Murder would also release a song like this, which sounds, instead of the style of pop punk and post-hardcore, they're kind of going for The Cure meets Bauhaus. I didn't anticipate that. I didn't know goth rock was kind of their new thing now, but I'll be honest, I'm kind of invested in this. This actually sounds pretty good. I don't think the voice is annoying whatsoever. It definitely does sound like we're listening to Robert Smith. But like obviously an impression of Robert Smith, definitely not as good as Robert Smith's voice at all, but it definitely feels like we have Robert Smith kind of entering Bauhaus's sound, and as much as I don't think that would have worked for AFI, they surprisingly did a good job. I actually like this one. It's good. Sick Joy, All Damage. I like Sick Joy, got to see them live in 2020, amazing bands. They dropped a debut in 2022, and they have been releasing some songs sparsely. They released Alice, which I think is decent, but we actually finally got an amazing new release. All Damage is great. Only downside is the vocals get drowned in the mix, but I love it. The kind of more grittier vocals you hear, especially in the background.
It's catchier. It's just a fun song. Nothing else to say. Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. So I originally written this Manny's Ready to Roll as a deluxe song for their newest release, but apparently they have a new release coming. So they're actually releasing 2 albums this year, and I'm going to be talking about both of them when that album comes out, because I miss talking about Psychedelic Porn Crumpets. I've never really listened to them until now, but originally I was thinking, is this a deluxe song off the new album? Because Manny's Ready to Roll sounds incredible. If that was a deluxe song, how did that get left off the album? The riffs, the energy, the chaotic fun. It's generally one of the most interesting psychedelic rock tracks that play with a kind of this more, just this more fun hard rock sound that goes for blending in psychedelic. If you like King Gizzard, I feel that this is definitely something you enjoy. I love this track. We also have the new Falling in Reverse song, All My Women, featuring Hardy. So I was thinking this is kind of a sequel to All My Life. They're kind of parodying the country sound again into this very generic kind of hard rock sound. I really don't understand what the hell they're doing, but I can safely say that Ronnie has absolutely lost the plot, and this song is undoubtedly probably the worst thing they've dropped. And it's really interesting how you can top shit with more shit. This song is abysmally bad, from the overuse of the country sound, which wasn't even good in All My Life, to an even weaker chorus. The difference between All My Life of Ronnie trying to talk about he's not perfect but he's trying, and then we just get him talking about how he likes crazy psycho women. I don't know if this is a jab to his now ex-partner Saraya. I don't really know the pronunciation or the name. I don't really know much about her other than they dated. But yeah, this was awful, and Hardy did not do anything to save it. I'm not really big on him either. He just adds more of this cheesy crap to the song. This is... I probably could say this is the worst song I've listened to this year. Undoubtedly. This is horrendous. There's not one thing I would even want to go into on this. The most interesting thing is the puppet idea for the video, but the thing that annoyed me is that Ronnie Radke is charging $300 of a puppet that looks like him, that you can dress with a cowboy hat, and you get a free mystery shirt with it for $300. Are you absolutely losing the plot? Because I can guarantee it's only the die-hard sad fans that would get that. I don't understand how you could even charge $100 for that, let alone $300. Are you actually desperate for money that you need to charge that much? I thought you were talking about how rich you were. What the fuck happened? Yeah, this was terrible, if it wasn't obvious. Hot Mulligan dropped a new single with Cory Castro from Free Throw, Island in the Sun. Not a Weezer song, this is a brand new track. It's great. Hot Mulligan's definitely building up some hype for their upcoming album. I think Cory Castro is an amazing singer. Free Throw is generally underrated and deserves more attention, and it's nice that you kind of get two good like Midwest emo rock bands kind of collabing for just a pretty fun song. I love the gritty vocals, I love the direction it takes. Pretty good song. The reason this video got delayed to the 8th, we have Bad Omens, or the 9th rather, Bad Omens Specter. This honestly was kind of underwhelming as a Bad Omens song goes. I do like Bad Omens, but I've never really been big on them. I've listened to them before they got big. I just got recommended their debut a while ago. Then I heard they did Finding God Before God Finds Me. I do kind of prefer that album just because of its highs. But yeah, the first 2 albums are pretty good. Just kind of felt like not kind of what Bring Me the Horizon have done before. Then they go more industrial into probably the worst release they have, The Death of Peace of Mind. I just don't like the album. It just feels very mainstream appealing and just not very fun as a concept. But Specter, I feel like I can appreciate it more for kind of trying to branch out to this more mysterious industrial rock, but at the same time incorporating some cool ideas into this. I'm just not big on it. I think Noah Sebastian's vocals are easy to highlight here, but the instrumentation just kind of sucks. Production sounds crisp. I just think the song just could be a lot more interesting for a lead single, especially since they've been blueballing fans for a long time with this "goodbye friend" message, and it felt like they have been teasing this song for a long time, like probably a year now. I think we've seen this message. It's been such a long release, and I just think as of the wait for it, it just wasn't really worth it. It's just fine. Foxblood, cool, waiting. I love Foxblood, Whale 4 is amazing, but other than Occam's Razor, these singles haven't really been that good. I don't know if they're doing another album or if it's an EP, but I'm just not really vibing with this one. I appreciate the serious and more emotional driven idea to the track, because it definitely feels like one of the most serious songs they've done in a while, but it just lacks a lot of the punch a lot of their songs do. It doesn't really have the fire, it doesn't really have that much of the creativity into it. It just kind of feels like a run-of-the-mill, basic, kind of broken down love story, or at least just broken down melancholy track. It just doesn't really work in my opinion, which is unfortunate because this band is great. Windwalker's Silk and Static. This one, I think the biggest jarring problem kind of lowered it down from being good to me, is the popping sound in the instrumentation. You'll hear it at the start and you'll hear it kind of almost around the chorus part. I don't know why they do it. It just is, if it's intentional, it just doesn't sound great. It just sounds jarring on the ears and kind of annoys them. But once you've kind of gone over that, everything else sounds fine. Song's quite catchy enough. I think it's interesting. Another decent Windwalker song, but definitely not the kind of heavier sound they've always used to be. Creeper dropped Blood Magic, It's a Ritual, second track from their upcoming album Sanjivore, or Sanguivore. I hate pronouncing stupid shit, I can't pronounce it, annoys me. This is the sequel album, it's actually the second one. Surprised they're doing a sequel, but I'm all for it because the album was great. I talked about it in 2023, I quite liked it. And these two singles they've dropped are great. Blood Magic definitely has this kind of goth rock opera sound, and pretty good, I recommend it. Aviana, Evermore. This is kind of the definitely set in stone of what a lot of the modern metalcore sounds like to me. It just kind of feels like the same thing, and if it wasn't for how amazing the chorus is and just how crisp the guitars sound, I probably would have put this in alright. But I like the breakdown. The chorus is great. I think it just saves itself from being a good track. Like a lot of them just kind of feel like they bore me, to be honest, because they do a mishmash of similar ideas, but this one is just a standout in it. The Red Jumpsuit Apparatus drop X's for Eyes. It's just okay. It's certainly not one of the most interesting songs. I think it's just kind of a basic, kind of more mainstream sounding song of theirs. It's just fine. Omnium Gatherum dropped My Pain. It's got fun grooves, it's proggy, very proggy, that I love about it, and the cool riffs in this just give you a kind of ethereal, spacey sound to combat into the heavy vocals. I love this. It's definitely a good first impression of a band I've never listened to, so it's good. And what I'll do with the series is the best track I saved to last because it's track of the week. This is Deftones' Milk of the Madonna. This was definitely my anticipated track of the week. I didn't want to just save it like that because there was definitely potential for some of these songs, but this is perfect. This honestly takes what I like about My Mind is a Mountain and absolutely works itself in an even better way. My Mind is a Mountain kind of reminds me of Swerve City, meets kind of the it just basically reminds me of Swerve City with kind of a classic charm to it, and I do like it. It's a good single, but Milk of the Madonna just feels like one of the strongest songs we've had in a very long time. It's got a really good hook, it's got a really good spacey feel, which reminiscence the classic sound of Saturday Night Wrist. Such an amazing album from the band that is only ruined by Pink Cell Phone. If it wasn't for that, this would probably be my favourite album from the band, without a doubt. This record is just incredible, and I'm really happy that they are exploring more of Saturday Night Wrist sound with the producer of Koine Yoka and Diamond Eyes, so really interesting to see that. But yeah, Milk of the Madonna is insane. The guitar work as well from Steven is fantastic. This generally feels, like I said, Saturday Night Wrist meets Koine Yoka. It is just such a beautiful song, and as much as I do like Omens, which definitely was kind of divided amongst huge Deftone fans, this probably beats anything off the last two albums. This is probably the best song since Koine Yokan, and I mean it. This is just absolute gold. And yeah, track of the week, Milk of the Madonna by Deftones. So that's my single roundup. Hope you enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next video.